Okay, so before I start this, I do not condone underage drinking whatsoever. In 2021, so last year, I was 19. I was working at this workshop, and it was like a rundown workshop, and I got hired there because my family knows them. So I was looking for a job. They're like, "Hey, go to this workshop." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." I didn't know what I was getting myself into. First time I went there to get the job, he said, "Are you ready to work?" I'm like, "Sure." And then he put me straight back there, and the whole time I was knee deep into some like filthy ass fucking water. Because what they do is like cut granite slabs, and then they make it into countertops and shit, and people buy it. So like I was always like squeegeeing the water. I was like scrubbing the damn floors. I was taking out the trash and shit. I was getting paid like $7 a fucking hour. So like I was getting like 100, maybe $200 paychecks a week. It was it was not it. But one day I was doing like my same old shit. I was squeegeeing the floor. I was listening to Future. I don't know why I remember that. I was listening to Future. So right next to the workshop, there was a mattress firm. So it was like the workshop's right here, and then there was a mattress firm like right next to it. It was run by a father and a son. The father came and walked up to the workshop, and then he was asking my boss if one of us could go and help him because one of the workers were like out sick. And then my boss was looking at me, and then he was like, "Hey, do you want to go and help him?" And then in my head I was like, "Fuck yes, get me the fuck out of here. I don't want to be here no more." So I gladly said yes. I was like, "Sure, let me go help you." And then I was like, "Am I gonna get paid?" And then he was like, "Of course you got." Bro, what the hell was all my nigga, am I getting a virus? Yeah, I'll gladly go because I fucking hate it here. Dude, I was doing labor work, like slave labor. Like, it was slave labor work. I was doing like all this bullshit for like $150 a fucking week. You would get paid more at McDonald's than fucking working there. It was bullshit. I head over there, and then the son who also works with his dad, I met him. We'll just call him Aiden. Aiden, how about that? So Aiden, he was 2 years older than me, so he was 21. I met him. We met up. He seemed pretty cool at first, but like right off the bat, like I noticed, I was like, this nigga seems off to me. And then I kept on looking at him, and he was like stumbling. I'm like, is this nigga Liddy at Wordy? And then his father, he told us to go get the mattresses and load it up in a U-Haul. So we were doing that for 30 minutes. We're just loading up a bunch of like mattresses. And boy, let me tell you what, I've never been so goddamn tired in my damn life doing that shit. Oh man, my legs were fucking wiggly, and my booty was jiggly too, and it was just not a good combo. But yeah, after we loaded it up, and then he got the paperwork from his dad, we go into the U-Haul, and we're just sitting there, and we're just chilling, just making small talk. Aiden, he says, "So, do you drink?" And then I was like, I mean, yeah. All on the like dash, and then like the motherboard, or like the middle part, it was full of Trulies. I'm like, what the fuck? And I didn't notice it like as soon as I sat in, like I wasn't paying attention, and it was just like loaded with Trulies everywhere. I'm like, what the hell? Like, this nigga really drinking and driving. So do you like Trulies? I was like, I mean, I dabble in a Truly sometimes, but I won't say no to Alki. So I was like, yeah. And then he's like, all right, big bet. He takes us to this gas station that's close to my house. And let me tell you, all the gas stations, most of them around this area, they're kind of bummy. And like, we went to this one. It was near like a bad like neighborhood. It was just musty, and like the floors, bro, like that shit looked like it looked gross, sticky and musty. It was like so he's like, all right, so just pick up the flavor. And I think I picked like mango or some like bullshit. So I picked up like two of like the big cans. So I got two of them, and so he buys it for me. And then we head back to the U-Haul, and we're just chilling, laughing, drinking. Boy, that one like big can of Truly, oh Lord, it fucked me up. And it fucked him up too. Like this nigga was a drinker, and this nigga was already off his rockers. We're driving, just fucking driving, and then this nigga is speeding in a U-Haul, and I didn't have the guts to tell him because this nigga was like 6'5", and like he was like a burly ass nigga, and like hairy too, and I didn't want to say fucking nothing. And so we were driving around. He was speeding to every house, and we were doing our job like tipsy as fuck. And then after we get done with like a couple houses, do you want some more Trulies? I was like, fuck it. Hey. Fuck it. So I was like, fuck it. And then we went to a different gas station. And this nigga, I don't know, like he just stopped on the middle of the road. And he gets out, and then he goes around the U-Haul to my side. Like, he doesn't go from the driver's side and then front to my side. Like, he just got out and then went all the way to the back to my passenger side door. He starts throwing up, and then, like, I'm looking out. I was like, bro, are you good? And then, like, he looks up. He's like, yeah. It smelled gross. It sounded gross. Nigga, that shit was gross. Walked into the gas station. And he picks up a few more Trulies for him and I. We go back to the U-Haul. We start drinking some more. And oh boy. And this is when the shit started kicking in. Oh my God. Like my whole body was buzzing. I couldn't think straight. I was just laughing at everything. Like I got drunk. And he also got drunk too. And this nigga was the fucking driver. So he starts driving. Speeding again. No, like this nigga like speeding like as in going like 10, 20 over. Nah, this nigga was hitting a hundo in the U-Haul. We do a couple more houses, and then this one house, we had a dresser in the U-Haul for some reason. I was like, I don't remember bringing a damn dresser in here. And then so he's like, hey, can you get the dresser? And I remember that day being very windy. And being drunk and windy and have to carry something heavy, oh boy, that's a recipe for disaster. You know, climbing up on the U-Haul. I grabbed this thing, and then like I'm just like, I'm literally like this, going like, and I almost tripped and fell, and this nigga had to run over and catch me, cause bro, I was finna fall, and that dresser was gonna land right on my body, and I could have died. We had to go back to the mattress firm to grab some more shits. His dad, he's like, Aiden, I'm getting a lot of complaints from customers that our U-Haul is speeding down the road going 100 miles per hour. And this nigga looks at his dad and says, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That lady's a dumbass. I was not speeding. And I didn't say shit, dude. I was silent the whole time because like I was litty. I was drunk. So I didn't want to get in trouble. Plus I was underage. And this nigga was buying alcohol for an underage fucking nigga. And I just found it funny because he was denying it. Even though that the lady had proof and had video. And then we got some more mattresses. I guess his father was like literally just did not care at all. Cause like it seemed like he just did not care like at all. Like he was done with them because he caused them so much problems. Apparently, cause I overheard him and Aiden like fighting over like, oh, you're such a disgrace to fucking family. What's wrong with you? And he was like, no, I'm not. We went to this one house. Oh Lord, we could have both went to jail that day. We were so drunk. Okay, so our job was to get the mattresses and put it in the customers' homes and then set it up. We just left everything there and we dipped and we forgot to set it up because we were so drunk. And then they called his dad again about and it said that we were drunk, and then we had to make up a whole like lie. So we had to go back and then do it to prove to his dad that they were lying, even though that they weren't lying and we were just too fucking drunk. Yeah, and so we went back and I got paid. It was about six hours of work, and I got paid $300. $300. And then you're like, Rue, like, that's a pretty good sum of money, you know, just for 6 hours, and you're 19. I was like, yeah, I was happy. But then that's the point that I realized that my job, getting paid $100 a week for 6 hours a day? No. Oh, thank you. And then like I was looking and like I was counting, I was like, $300. And so I go home drunk as fuck, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, what am I doing there? Like I made $300 in one day for 6 hours. What am I doing there? And then that's when I realized, I was like, I don't need this job. I went back to the workshop, and then because sometimes they will leave me by myself, like in there, and then they'll have like a case full of beer. I drank all the alcohol that was in the fridge. I got drunk as fuck, and I didn't go back. I just left with all the beer and alcohol in my stomach, and I never looked back. Don't drink and drive. Obviously, don't fucking do any of that. Please don't. I could have fucking died doing that with this dumbass nigga. Just don't drink when you're not 21. Like, it's just that simple. Just don't drink when you're... Nigga, I'm kidding. Do whatever you want. Ah!